video presentation is designed to introduce the community engagement component of the core curriculum and how service learning and community-based research might be used. The new core curriculum has a component for community engagement, and community engagement has 3 benchmarks. Students will apply academic methods and/or theories in a way that promotes collaboration and mutual benefit in a community setting. Students will demonstrate critical reflection throughout their experience, and they'll express their understanding between their experiences and their responsibilities as members of a social and professional community. A small committee reviews course descriptions to determine if the course meets the 3 benchmarks to receive official designation. And there are a number of ways a course might be structured to fulfill the community engagement component. Service learning and community-based research are just 2 of the ways. This committee does not, however, provide in-depth assistance to faculty and departments in conceptualizing, developing, implementing, or assessing these types of courses. But SILSA can assist departments and instructors design and implement service learning and community-based research courses to meet the benchmarks for community engagement. Departments are encouraged to consider ways of institutionalizing a specific course designated for community engagement. Let's take a closer look at each of the 3 benchmarks. First, students will apply academic methods and/or theories in a way that promotes collaboration and mutual benefit in a community setting. Service learning and community-based research are just 2 ways that this can happen. Let's take a closer look at each one of these. Service learning is officially defined at St. Mary's College as a specific form of teaching and learning in which students engage in purposeful actions that address community goals. Through critical reflection, students integrate the action with academic objectives to develop civic responsibility and social justice. Community-based research, or CBR, is defined at St. Mary's College as a collaborative and mutually beneficial enterprise between academic researchers, that includes professors and students, and community partners that has as its goal the achievement of social justice through research and actions that are of benefit to the organization and its community and generates and disseminates new knowledge. Examples of service learning and community-based research are presented later, so stay tuned. Let's take a closer look at the second benchmark, in which students will demonstrate critical reflection throughout their experience. Reflection is defined as the intentional consideration of experience in light of instructional objectives. The key word here is critical. Critical reflection allows students the opportunity for critical questioning of assumptions, theory, social issues, and their roles and responsibilities as citizens and professionals. You'll also notice that students demonstrate critical reflection throughout their experience. That means before, during, and after their service. There's another video in this series that explores reflection in more detail. Now let's look at the third and final benchmark. Students will express their understanding between their experiences and their responsibilities as members of a social or professional community. The reflection process leads to articulation of deeper issues related to social justice that transcend assimilation of facts or skills, making meaning of the learning experience. By making meaning, reflection becomes a personal process of inward exploration in which students consider their role and place in the world, not only as competent professionals in their field, but as a global citizen. And every aspect of what they learn and do has social and political implications. Community engagement courses provide intentional opportunities to ponder these issues. Here's an example from a chemistry course. The instructional objective was for students to learn how to conduct chemical analysis. The service learning project involved conducting soil analysis for under-resourced school playgrounds and low-income community gardens. In the process, the students discovered high level of soil contaminants. Through this process, the students reflected on issues such as environmental racism and explored implications of their scientific work on policy and actual lives. They also reflected on their roles as citizens and parents as well as professionals. This deepens and enriches the academic experience beyond simply assimilating skills. But instructors are experts in their field, and most don't know how to conduct reflection. No worries, SILSA provides professional development workshops on tried and true reflection methods. Let's take a closer look at service learning. Traditionally, it has involved direct service, and that might look like something of tutoring children in a school, or being a companion for senior citizens, or helping ex-offenders develop their re-entry skills, or providing trail restoration out in the wilderness. But indirect service might look like gathering and analyzing data, conducting program evaluation, producing websites or marketing plans, and reviewing research to create policy briefs. Indirect service does not necessarily require students to be on site all the time. St. Mary's College has benchmarks for service learning courses as well. Service learning courses must have action that is linked to course objectives and community goals through direct, indirect, or systemic efforts. Students receive orientation to the identified action and community setting. Reflection is integrated throughout the course, and student learning and community goal attainment are assessed. The course is grounded on theoretical foundations, and the number of and distribution of action and service hours may vary by course objectives, but should be integrated with the course curriculum to provide opportunities for personal and academic growth that is integrated with reflection and discussion within a range of 20 to 30 hours per semester. Service learning compared to internships. Internships are great experiences, but they're primarily focused on career development, but may not be designed to address the 3 benchmarks for community engagement. While students are learning during an internship, the experience may not be intentionally structured around specific learning objectives, and oversight supervision at the agency may not always be tied to an instructor's goals or to critical reflection. Service learning explores deeper issues related to social justice through critical reflection, as we've seen. And unlike traditional internships, where agencies provide students with opportunities to shadow or try out new skills for career development, service learning is reciprocal in nature, as the service students provide is also meeting the needs of and empowering the agency, other than providing temporary free labor. A closer look at community-based research. It is not research on or about a community partner or issue. Instead, CBR is research conducted with and for a community partner. Faculty, students, and partners collectively determine the research question, the methodology, and analysis to be used by the community partner while students develop higher-level academic and analytical skills. Community-based research also has benchmarks at St. Mary's College, and these include that research activities are linked to course objectives and community goals that result in a tangible use for the agency and can be disseminated within the disciplinary field of study. Faculty and community partners mutually identify the research questions, methodology, and timeline for the research, and reflection is integrated throughout the course. Sound and theoretically grounded methodology is incorporated in the research methods and analysis. Students receive orientation to the research activity, issue, and community setting and its organization. Student learning and community goal attainment are assessed, and the course project receives IRB approval, and attention is paid to the ethical considerations of the research. Here's some examples. In an education context, students may be helping do research on family involvement at a school to help design an after-school program and research the impact it has on student development and cognitive growth. A botany class may help a local park system do a study on plant propagation and irrigation. Another project might be native plant identification that can be used for catalog purposing. A chemistry class might conduct soil analysis for community gardens or school playgrounds. They may conduct water analysis in a stream in a neighborhood, or even lead paint analysis on various products. Finally, a sociology or political science course may have students conducting research for policy briefs or research on renters' rights. They may be doing research to develop a payday loan education program, or they could be helping community organizers conduct asset mapping out in the neighborhoods. Now, a potential downside to traditional direct service in service learning and internships is that some agencies actually become dependent upon students as unpaid employees who provide direct service to the agency or clients they serve. An alternative approach is capacity building that fosters empowerment of the agency and has an impact on the clients and community they serve. The student work leaves a legacy that can be used by the community partner long after the course is over. Here's some examples. A team of students conduct policy analysis for a nonprofit agency that can be used after the semester is over to shape programming or lobby for specific legislative changes. Or a group of students might create a training module and video for a nonprofit agency they can use to help train their volunteers. Now, these examples go outside the box of traditional direct service that empower a nonprofit agency and help build their capacity to serve their clients in ways that have direct, lasting impact. So, now you can see how service learning and community-based research might meet the community engagement benchmarks. So, are you ready to go out there and develop these courses on your own? Well, probably not. But you now have a real good overview of service learning and CBR to promote community engagement as part of the new core curriculum. And remember, there is significant upfront work in planning that must occur. Another video presentation illustrates how instructors cannot wait until the week before the semester to plan these types of courses. SILSA has additional training videos to get more in-depth information on what was introduced here, and these include establishing and maintaining community partnerships, and there's more to it than you think. Components of service learning and CBR courses, and how to design and implement and assess them. SILSA provides ongoing technical assistance to departments and instructors interested in service learning and community-based research, including a year-long faculty development cohort, workshops, and one-on-one consultation. Service learning and community-based research takes time for planning, communication, coordination, and monitoring. SILSA is here to help you from conceptualization and design to finding community partners to implementation to evaluation and assessment.